Let's take you to this now. About 60 hectares of veld has been burnt in a fire that broke out in the Newlands area of Table Mountain National Park above Kirstenbosch in the early hours of this morning. Hikers have been warned to avoid trails in the Newlands, Kirstenbosch and Rhodes Memorial areas. SANParks says over 80 firefighters and 3 helicopters have been battling the blaze throughout the day. For the latest, SANParks Senior Communications Manager Charles Phahlane joins us now via video link to give us the very latest. Charles, thank you so much for your time. There were concerns, I think, in the early hours of this morning that the raging fires could reach Table Mountain. As you respond to that situation, perhaps also give us a sense of the fires that are currently active at the moment and how firefighters are dealing with these.
Yes, the fire at Newlands Ravine, fairly active. Our firefighters are deployed to attend to the fire. We've got 2 helicopters and a spotter that are helping, as well as about 83 crew that we have deployed in the area. We are working together with the City of Cape Town's fire and rescue team, as well as the disaster management center from the province, from the Western Cape.
In as far as Table Mountain is concerned and those concerns around the fire reaching there, can you tell us about the operations? Where are we now in terms of the firefighters trying to secure that part of the area?
Well, yes, section at the cliff, sorry, at the face of the mountain. So it is on Table Mountain, but it is at the cliff. It is nowhere near the cable car. So those operations are not necessarily affected. So it is at the cliff. It's at an inaccessible and rugged area. So our firefighters have had a bit of a challenge as we couldn't put water sources or to bring the water sources closer to be able to deal with the fire. So it has been a bit challenging. But there is no immediate danger or anything, threat that is to property or to people. So we are quite, happy that we are able to attend to the fire, and that is what we want to do to try and stop the fire from spreading into other areas. Now, part of the concern was that this afternoon there was a prediction that the wind might pick up. And we're quite worried that if the wind picks up, it might go onto the other side of Devil's Peak. But our firefighters are managing the whole situation.
And I mean, on our screen, we are showing viewers just in terms of the terrain that we are speaking about. And I was going to ask you to give us a sense then of the kind of challenges that firefighters are experiencing. We understand that some areas are not accessible to them, as well as the water points. And I think you've mentioned some. Just given the lay of the land, what else is, of a challenge to these firefighters?
Yes, well, the challenge is actually getting to the fire. That is why we are deploying aerial resources to assist. But we've got crew on the ground that also assist in bringing down the fire, in extinguishing the fire. So the challenge that we've had was really in terms of bringing our water sources closer to where the firefighters are, because they need to have quick access to water to be able to address the fire. Now, that has been a challenge because it is a rugged terrain. It is up a slope, so you're not able to place your resources as much as you would like to place them.
And Charles, very quickly, how many trails have been closed and which areas are affected?
Oh, yes. We've closed the trails around the McClare's beacon. We've closed around Devil's Peak itself, as well as Rhodes Memorial. There's also the contour path that we have closed and the saddle around the Table Mountain area.
Charles, thank you so much for your time. Of course, we'll keep up just updating our viewers on this particular matter. Charles Phahlane is the Senior Communications Manager at SANParks.